How do we get her to do it? Oh, I think this might be new.
About that envelope we found. I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning.
There we go. So you just gotta represent them.
You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer. X-ray, like the X-rays you get at the dentist. That's right, at least that's what I call it. It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray spectralization. Something. How am I supposed to remember all that? So basically, it lets you see inside things, like envelopes. That's right, you're sharp, Chusey. But it's a bit more complicated than that, in practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically. Can I try it on Emma, please? Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo. Yar, what are you doing? Just seeing if I could see through your hair, but it's like lead. Point that thing maybe more, it might fall out. It might all fall out. Then I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it. Let's just get down to business, shall we?
Good grief.
Right, let's test it on a sample first. Just so happens I have a lottery ticket here. You set the sample in the device like so. I don't see anything. Patience, there's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view in the envelope. Layer view? You gotta set it to display the outside of the envelope now, see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn that dial there with the R button for me, will you?
I'm not touching it.
That's right, that's where you choose what depth you want to scan. Hey, I got something. See, that's how you can read the letters on the ticket inside. Cool, huh? Except I can't read them. Just turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see that paper is like a bunch of hills and valleys. Wow, really? This X-ray device uses a beam with wavelength of only 0.505 microns. It breaks cards down into thin layers so it can only show what's written on that layer. I'm probably fine following you. What good is it if you can't read anything? That's why we go on to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit, if you would. Rub it and let go over the... There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now turn the dial again, just a little. Now you can rub this image to fix it too. Exactly, not bad. Hey, let's do some more.
0016.
Try again. One more layer. Nope.
How deep does it want me to go?
Well, you're on the edge of the envelope now, right? They want you to fill in all the blanks, I assume. Right there. That one too. Right there.
This is so dumb. We can read it.
Nope, go up. Up, up, up. Right there.
We could read it.
Okay,
so,
let's
like,
print
why
this
could-
one out.
Oh, good.
Does this mean I have to buy another one to win? Well, it's Emma's ticket. I'll let her buy another one. Okay, there's no need, but see, this is the true hidden power of my weapon. Neat, huh? Now let's try it out on the real thing, shall we? Here you go, bro. Much thicker, too. Go down.
Oh.
I deposited the 100K in the assigned account. The designated account. Please send a receipt once you've confirmed the transfer. Okay, let's print this out.
Deposit 100,000 into designated account. Please send a receipt once you've confirmed the transfer. Oh boy.
Someone deposited 100K into Mr. Misham's account?
And this was 7 years ago too.
These paintings must be really valuable. There's another page in there. Care to take a look? You bet I do. If you're going to read someone's mail, you might as well read it all. Here goes with the second page then. Sign something. Sign the...
Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one.
Okay.
Well, this is not highly suspicious.
Very sus. So it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings. Why all the secrecy, though?
What if this was a suicide in a way? That's kind of what I'm getting the vibe of. Like, that's just too simple.
If he's committing suicide, why would he take a drink from a coffee from his daughter and pin it on her? You know what I mean?
Who knows?
And what? Why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right? Maybe it had some special significance to him. Well, Emma? Well, indeed. You know something she's not telling us. Look like she's keeping mum about it. I want that poison bottle.
October 7th, Sunshine Coliseum.
Woohoo! This is it, Apollo. The place where magic and dreams converge. Just a while ago, it was a place where murder and nightmares converged. Let's go say hi to Uncle Valent. What about the case?
Whoa!
Only a performer laughs like that.
Young Miss Trucy. How often I'd hoped we'd meet again, only to tell myself it was an impossible dream.
Hee Uncle Valent. How's it going? I'm glad to see you two.
Of course you are.
Humility is definitely not one of his stronger traits.
Well, Miss Trucy, how does the day find you? If you come to give me flowers, do it after the show. I beg you.
Actually, we came here to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show.
Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles, such as the ones I shall perform.
Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture.
So we'll watch in wonderment if Magnifi's illusion are reborn. I just had a bad thought. What if he's the one that killed Zack?
He's definitely tied to the event 7 years ago.
Everything's tied to 7 years ago. This entire game is all mentioning 7 years ago.
True, but I don't feel like we'll get the answer to that 7-year-old case this game. I don't know why.
I feel like we might. Like everything, like they keep mentioning 7 years ago. We have to talk about it.
True.
Here on stage, by my hand. Hey, you want to see this again? A challenge, is it? You want me to make that disappear? Very well. Give it to me.
No thanks. Are all magicians like this? Apollo, what was that look just now? I was just thinking how hard it is getting information out of a magician. Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Grand Prix Miracle is back after a 7-year absence?
Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his.
Daddy.
See, that line right there that you just said makes me even more suspicious. Like this honor should have been his. Yeah, and it's suspiciously yours now, Now you're getting all the fame and glory of the Grammari. Like,
I still think it's a love triangle thing.
Maybe, but still. Like, he gained the most out of Zack's death.
True.
My co-magician in training, Zack Grammari. If that terrible thing hadn't...
It's okay.
Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Valent Grammari, would have been proud to stand upon the stage as his assistant.
Thanks, Uncle Valent. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. I think we get to see great many good illusions again.
I don't have cake.
She really is looking forward to this, isn't she?
My mentor, the magnificent Magnifi Grammari, was a true deity among magicians. A creator god who gave birth to the magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations. That's fair, Poker Girl.
I was so little when I last saw him, but I remember his shows. He did wheelies in sports car even though the air above the audience. How? And then sped off to the outer space faster than the speed of sound. I'm guessing that memory is a bit embellished.
For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to its match. As heir of the Grammari troop secrets, it falls to me to provide. It is my God-given destiny. Yes, you, nameless face who speaks of the nameless masses. How can I help you?
If the world was waiting, why did you hold off for 7 long years?
It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you haven't heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land.
Statute of limitations? I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic.
The performance of Magnifi's miracles was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years, but no more. Again with the 7 years. Stop it.
Maybe he broke a mirror for 7 years of bad luck.
Yes, exactly, Paula. Exactly.
7 years, a phrase like sure likes to pop up, done it. And why was that?
A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy.
Interesting. Can you tell us about these performance rights?
Magnifi's magic relied on an incredibly innovative idea. A trick, if you will. That trick was considered his property, and such was protected by property laws.
Intellectual property, maybe?
Magnifi knew this and bequeathed it in his will to one person. He bequeathed it to Zach, didn't he? Bequeathed it to Zach, and then when Zach died, which we believe was shoddy earlier, just basically because they look similar, then it fell to Valent.
You mean him?
Yes, Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zach Gummerai was the inheritor of the Gummerai miracle.
Daddy.
Yet, as you well know, he's gone. Disappeared suddenly 7 years ago.
I think I see where the story is going.
So yeah, 7 years ago is definitely coming up. We got to discuss 7 years ago, 100%.
Once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, correct?
In all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves conceal your competence well, young man. That certain period of time of which you speak is 7 years.
Ah.
Yes, Miss Trucy. So it pains me to say it. The past spring, April to be precise, was the time. Your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, secrets of our mighty mentor Magnifi were passed to me. It was, in fact, stipulated in the will by Magnifi himself. Was it now? I'm becoming extremely suspicious of Valent.
Is that how it works, Apollo? Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing permanently. Daddy. I was wondering if you could tell me about this.
Ha! Why, that bears the Gummerai seal. Oh.
Uncle Valent, is something wrong?
Trucy, where did you get this? Uh-oh. This has the secret, doesn't it? Does this have the secret?
Daddy gave it to me.
Your daddy? I put it, Mr. Zach.
No, my other daddy, Phoenix Wright.
Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy? He's not liking that we have this.
Lord Daddy, that's kind of stretching the whole archaic thing a bit.
The signature upon the back. Do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zach Gummerai. I kind of had a hunch. It's like it might be Zach's signature. Very weird for a signature.
Something tells me when Zach died, in the case 1, he gave it to Phoenix.
Maybe.
Very high chance. What? Did Daddy sign this?
Might I be so bold as to open it? No.
No, you may not. I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What's in this envelope, I wonder? October 7th, detention center. Visitors, room.
You're here to see Vera Meshan.
Yes, that's right.
She's in a medical office at the moment.
Medical office? Is she okay?
She's just lying down. Said she didn't feel so good. Sorry, but I can't allow any meetings at the moment.
Most annoying client ever. Guess we should come back.
Oh, here we go.
About poison analysis. I was afraid you're going to ask about that. See, the solution is used to test for atroquinine. Atroquinine. Huh? Atroquinine, the deadly poison found in the autopsy.
Hey, we mentioned this poison earlier. This is a spoiler you got or something.
Last case, actually. Oh, I think that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Best tread lightly. It's one of the most virulent poisons, but it's absorbed to the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion to adverse effects to show.
So the reporter could have put it on a cup, walked away, been on the other side of the room. He collapses. Boom shakalaka.
Yep. Oh, and guess what? Recent research has shown... That's fine, really. We don't need to know all the gory details. I think I get it. You just spray this stuff on something you want to test, right?
Spray it on the mailbox.
Spray it on the microscope where he puts his eyes. Precisely. You can find even the slightest trace of poison with this. I want to try too, Emma. Pretty please? You don't have to ask twice. I already used it on everything suspicious, of course. Yay, let's give it a whirl, Apollo.
Emma, I used it on everything suspicious. Apollo uses it once, finds something different. Wait, that's there? What?
Ah, what are you doing?
She just sprayed us.
I was just seeing if I got a reaction off of you. How is this for a reaction? Never do that again. I'm not poisonous. Tell that to those hapless witnesses on the stand. Let's just get down to checking real poison, shall we? Nope.
No?
It's in the eye holes on the right. Go to the right.
Nice. Check stuff over here.
Oh, you're driving me nuts. Just go to the right. I know it's there. It's on the eyepiece.
Let's go everywhere but where Earl wants, just to drive him crazy.
Let me be big brain.
Oh, nothing.
Really? On the paints on the top?
Nothing's reacting.
One eternity later.
Like, I feel like I've sprayed everywhere. How have we not gotten anything?
Maybe it could be nothing, and we might have to investigate a different area that might connect it.
No, it's only letting us do it here because she's here.
You can press back. Too bad, no reaction there. I'm sure Emma checked out all the likely spots. Wait a second. What is it, Apollo? Did you spray that little desk over there?
Come on, game. It had us do that whole thing to not to find anything. It was like, oh, just back out and oh, you can move on.
I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far, you know? Let's check it out, just to be sure.
Bruh.
It's that little square. It's a little square.
Bruh. That's unfair. No, 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 no.
Eek! A reaction, Apollo. Where? The inside of that cute little frame. Look. Well, would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy.
This is bullcrap. Like, oh, hey, here's this wide, expansive area for you to use this spray in. Oh, by the way, you have to hit back and go, and then you can zoom in on the desk, and then you can find it. Even though you can see this little frame, you can spray it, but it won't turn blue unless you zoom in. Why is that such a dumb thing?
I'm known to work magic. Never mind, I was the one who found it. Why would the inside of that frame have poison in it? Looks like we found the only other place that was poisoned in any case. So, Emma, I was wondering... what's the story about this reporter that came in for a story the night of the crime? I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear. He? I thought so.
We already know it's a he. We've already known it's a he.
I'll never forget that face, but what's his name? Oh, right. Brushel. Funny name. Brushel. He's after a scoop to sell to the papers. So a reporter comes in for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever, and that night he's killed. Seems strange to you? Really strange.
Very strange.
It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with his reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. He said something about covering a magician. Magician? Well, it's not Susie, though. There's only one other person. It's Valiant Grammar. By any chance, was it? Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear. So he's out interviewing Valiant Grammar.
And now Valiant drops dead too. Oh, what happened? He just dropped dead. I wasn't near him.
Looks like I'll be heading up to the Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give you the reporter's card if you want.
Spark Russell, freelance journalist.
Technical break. Surprisingly heavy.
So what are your thoughts on this?
Where the fuck was that?
Back to the business card. The freelance journalist from Los Angeles, California.
I guess you gotta have a good business card if you work freelance. Really? What's this? Camera lens finder. Do reporters take photos too? I guess if he's freelance, he'd have to. Maybe you should try being a prosecutor and a defense attorney. You'd always win. Why don't I become a rock star too while I'm at it? So we have a suspicious background that says top dollar for information.
Top dollar information. Go in.
Is he like it? He's in like the background. So a journalist was here on a story.
All eyes in the universe are upon my stage. All pens seek to commit its mysteries to paper.
His name was Brushel.
Brushel. It's like,
I think he remembers him. He doesn't look too happy about it.
special. That cloying smell of mint when he smiles. Yes.
Could you tell us more about him? What did he want? Well, there's the fourth dialogue.
A man by the name called on me just now.
Just now.
Valen's vision is always towards tomorrow. Valen's free step always forward. That is all.
That's all. Very confusing.
I'm to perform a big magic show, yes. I wanted someone to cover it. Yet, he had the ears only for that incident.
That
7
incident.
years ago? In any case, I requested that Raptor's reporter remove himself. So a painter has died? What of it? It's but a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of Garay.
Uncle Valen, do you know where the reporter went?
I recommended he visit that place popular with penalized perpetrators. Oh, what the? He's a rude individual. Might I see that card?
Sure.
You mother trucker, that's evidence! He would tear apart my respectability. I'll tear apart him.
Oh, here it comes, Apollo. Uncle Valen's big magic trick. There is none. Is he gonna fix the card? Not sure that qualifies as big magic. Nope. What happened to the big magic?
It is not more miraculous to say
You must have really not liked that journalist. Weighted blanket. You're amazing.
now the time has come when I must return to make my prestigious preparations. But your leave, Miss Drucy. By your leave, Miss Drucy.
Thanks, Uncle Valen.
3 days from now, make ready for a miracle. Something tells me that miracle's not going to happen in 3 days.
Somebody tells me he dies in 3 days. What do you think the journalist was after? And why did Valen react like this to the envelope? I think it's time to play the detention center another visit.
Oh, wait. Yeah, the card's just gone now. So I guess that's its only purpose? What? It's not in our evidence anymore.
October. The detention center visitor room.
By the way, did you see you got a hydrate redemption?
Yeah, I did. I've been hydrating.
I think I hear what you're saying. We're all doing it for the money. End quote. No, not at all.
Looks like someone's already meeting here. Maybe that reporter.
Hey there, how you doing? Who might you two be? This is a good voice for him.
Sorry, we didn't know someone was already here. Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Talk about a nervous monkey.
You're Justice, you?
You know me?
Do I know you? Of course I know you. Jury, their witnesses on stand till they spill the beans, end quote.
That's not true. What's he writing? Are you a reporter by any chance?
Whoa, yo, Trucy.
Eh? Am I famous?
Oh yeah. Trucy Wright hates carrying a bag. Puts everything she owns in her panties, end quote.
Eek, that's so not true.
Just hold on to your britches there. I'll wrap up this interview in a jiffy.
Interview?
So, God, I think I know what's going on here. God enormous in my life. What else could I possibly need? End quote. No, how many times do I have to tell you this? Look, I've got work to do. You deal with him.
Did you come here to interview the guard?
Oh, what a pickle. Accused wouldn't talk. Had to interview someone or go plumb crazy. End quote.
I bet you she passed out due to his presence. Huh. I should have guessed.
Where's my manners? Name's Brussel. Spark Brussel. I'm not picky. Turtles just close eyes. Rats. End quote.
What's that nauseatingly strong mint smell every time he grins?
So you've been interviewed by me. You don't know what thrilling is. Wild romp through crossroads of mayhem and madness. End quote.
I can see that. He's writing something again. Well, if he's a reporter, maybe he knows something.
All right. Let me go on the record here.
Yes. Yes.
I know what you're going to say. Brussel, take this. Write brilliant column. End quote.
I don't think so.
Look, buddy, I'm brilliant columns about one thing. That's food. Try to understand.
What could he possibly be writing? He didn't listen to a word I said. So, Mr. Brussel, you're a journalist?
Ah, me? Look, let me state one thing for the record here.
Yes?
I'm the interviewer, you understand, yes? I'm the one asking the questions here. End quote. How about we end your quote here, Brussel?
Okay.
For instance, you think a movie director watches movies?
Well, I think he probably does.
Exactly. I knew you'd understand.
Huh?
Also, I just noticed he has a quill similar to the one at the scene in his pocket.
Yep. This guy's gonna be hell to interrogate on the witness stand.
End quote.
So, the night of the murder, you were at Drew's studio.
Who, me? Look, let me state one thing for the record.
Yes?
I may look calm and collected, but I'm busy, real busy, always on the road. Turtle's always busy, one-way tickets, never look back, end quote.
I can understand that philosophy, but...
You want to know one thing about one-way tickets? Once you use them, they're gone. All because you have to give them the guy at the airport.
True enough. But don't they give normal tickets away too?
Exactly. See? It's the same thing.
What is? Ugh. So you went to do a story on Drew Misham. And he never had a story done about him before?
That's right. Look at me. Look, let me state one thing for the record here.
What?
I'm sure you're going to want to know about what my source. What tipped me off to Drew why to do the interview in the first place.
Well, yes.
Look, it's like, oh, I've got it. Say there's this burger joint with some famous ketchup. You think the burger guy's gonna tell me where he got it?
At the supermarket, maybe?
Exactly, see? That's what I'm talking about.
I think I may have actually understood that one.
Well, there's nothing I can talk about, really. Walls have ears. Eyes, especially glass walls with speakers. End quote.
Right. Guess we'll leave then.
Ah, but since you're here, might as well tell you a tidbit of news I saw. Just for the heck of it.
Sure, tell us. Just for the heck of it.
I remember it like it was yesterday. I'd seen a movie on a trip. and wandering into this burger place was an amazing catch-up. When an article in the tabloid caught my eye. Famous oil painting stolen from art dealer's gallery. End quote, I believe it was.
An oil painting?
Happens every day, right? But I thought I'd seen that painting somewhere before. A painting of a giant peach floating down the river.
Someone stole an oil painting of a giant peach.
Girls can smell the scoop better than burgers. End quote. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
October 7th, Drew Studio.
Well, how'd it go? Find anything out? Actually, there's one thing I wanted to check with you. What's with that scary face you're making? What's with that I know something but I'm not telling face you're going, Emma? This painting came from behind that dresser. Ah, yes, so? It was stolen, no?
Oh, right, he did mention the painting.
I was hoping you wouldn't figure that out. Do you think you could tell us a bit about this?
It wasn't him we needed to present the painting to, it's her.
I suppose. It's what you think. Drew Mishem was a forger, I figured. A forger? So what exactly is a forger? Well, basically, it's someone who makes forgeries. Fakes, in other words. Fakes? Copies of an original. Exact copies, so precise you can't tell them apart. Well, why not just photocopy them? Big problem with forgeries is that people try to sell them as a real article. It's a crime, of course. So Drew Mishamam was a criminal. I'm afraid so. He received money to create elaborate forgeries. To supplement his work in illustrations, I guess. I see. Actually, that's why I brought this here in the first place.
Finally, we can x-ray the paintings.
What do you mean? When you're trying to determine if a painting is a forgery, the rough sketch underneath can be a valuable clue. So the rough sketch is like practice for the real thing. Not exactly. Like doing a magic trick in front of a mirror before you go on stage. I do rough sketches to map out where I'm going to do my things.
Yep.
But not in the case of a forgery, not necessarily anyway. You know what the finished project is going to look like after all. Oh, yeah, I guess you would. That's why I brought this. I'm going to use it to see what's under the paint of the finished pieces. I get it now. Not that I really needed to go to such lengths. Seeing as how one of the paintings was only half finished anyway. Still, it's better neat to see Mr. Misham's rough sketches. Kind of like what he was drawing when he thought no one was looking. True, that would be interesting, and maybe valuable for our case. You should try buttering her up, Apollo. Flattery will get you everywhere, they say. Maybe I should ask Emma to help us out. Here we go. Check them all. Kind of wanted to see the rough sketch under the painting. I was wondering if your tool might do the trick. Oh, fine. Just this time, though. Let's check it out. Oh, we got 3 here.
We'll do this one first.
Start with that one.
It looks like a tower, but it's not quite an Eiffel Tower like what you were saying. Oh, what the?
That's like a guitarist. Okay, let's print this one out. Man, is that the third murder?
Is this Clavier and his guitar on fire?
Yeah. What the heck? Wow, he really blows. The finished painting isn't anything like the rough. Devices like mine didn't exist until recently. He probably thought he could draw any sort of thing he wanted to for the rough. What do you mean? Well, in the past, you could only analyze the composition of a rough sketch. Composition? In other words, the traces of charcoal between paint and canvas. So you could tell if there had been a rough sketch. But now what I look like... I think I follow you. So in essence, it wouldn't matter what was underneath the finished painting. Some pros would actually paint out a rough sketch entirely. And do a completely new painting on top of that. So Mr. Michan was drawing whatever he wanted before painting over them. Possibly. Is there a problem with that?
It might be.
Not particularly, but something about the sketch itself is kind of odd. You're awfully silent all of a sudden, Apollo. You think we could check out one of the other paintings? Think we could check out one of the other paintings? Well, sure. I like this detection stuff, don't you?
Alright, which one do you want to do?
Let's do middle. Gee, I wonder if it's case 2. What was case 2 again? Certain...
this
shooting?
was the ramen cart. The noodles.
So what do you think we're gonna find? Find the ramen stand, find the, Hey,
It
the
is!
ramen cart.
What the heck? This is the ramen cart. Oh,
Okay, let's print this one
boy.
out. Is the guy lifting it up, or... This one, too? What's wrong, Apollo? You look so serious all of a sudden. You think I could just look at the last of these? Fine by me.
this
Knock
is gonna be
yourself
the
out.
card game now. Oh dear.
I think the card game's gonna have a clue that we shouldn't know. Like, it's gonna have something entirely different. Because it was all hinging on him leaning over the card, right? If that changes the facts of that case... Fuck. Fuck. Why does he have a 2? Okay, let's print this one out. 4 through 2, ace, ace.
It's almost a straight. Well, it's a 4 straight. But this would be from earlier on in the game, too.
How did he get it? Right? Because trial case-wise, it was showing it was ace, ace, ace,
Because
king, king.
This has to be Phoenix's perspective. Because the juice was on the dealer's side, I believe.
Yeah. Well,
Apollo's
what the heck
losing
is
his
all this?
mind. Like, Emma and Trucy don't know, but these paintings are depictions of every case Apollo has done.
Brucey should know. That's the weird thing, because she was on all three.
Well, Trucy
Except the
doesn't
first
know
one.
as much about the first case because she wasn't really there for it.
I hesitate to ask why you're getting so excited. You sure your device isn't leaking some kind of strange radiation? Trucy, look at these 3 sketches. Do you notice anything?
Ah, there she goes.
There. Now that you're both white as sheets, what's going on? These sketches are of the 3 cases I worked on. What? The murder in the poker room of the Borscht Bowl Club. The dead man pulling the noodle stand. And then... the events that transpired during the Gaviner's concert.
Oh boy.
What could it mean? How could he have drawn those things? And why? Oh, I have a bad premonition.
Oh.
If the 3rd painting is of Gaviner on fire, maybe Gavin was supposed to die.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Well, it would, right? Like, imagine if it wasn't the cocoon and it was, like, some sort of explosive.
But then why?
Just a weird thought.
But then why did the guy get shot then?
Could have been like a double job, right? Have one murder upstairs and the other murder downstairs.
That's so extra confusion, I guess.
That's what I want to know. Wait, is Drew Misham your father? What? Give me a break. Does that seem even remotely possible to you?
Emma, stop.
I never even heard of Drew Misham before. I hadn't even seen a picture of him. But there were my cases, drawn on his canvas. Every single one of them. It couldn't have been a coincidence. Just who was this Drew Misham? And what did he have to do with me?